A reminder, we are here at the invitation of the family to bring this to you because, again, they want to honor their loved one's service and honor his life, and this is a way for the community to be a part in that. That's why we have committed to staying on live throughout the duration of the ceremony, the procession, and now the graveside service.
We take a closer look right now as you see his body in the coffin, draped by the American flag, being taken to his final resting place. One more note, again, the lower left-hand corner, the Cody Allen Family Fund. You can scan that QR code with your phone right there. Find several ways to help the family and support the family in this time of need. So momentarily, services will begin. Once they do, we will take you there and listen in. Mr. Mosier, I imagine this is a tough job as well for those with the horses and those that are right behind him, Officer Allen, right now, as they make their way to his final resting place. It can't be easy for anybody, especially them right now in this moment.
Right, it can't, and it's drawing to a close. It's final respects. It's all the emotions that come through, and you got the family behind him and in the van and the limos, and they'll get out as they move the casket to where he's going to be laid to rest.
A slow, solemn march, and look at all those cars lining the parking lot. The sheer number of cars that were involved in that procession. Keep in mind, his funeral was at 11. I want to say it was done by 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock if I recall correctly. And so that tells you how long it took to get from Independence. So they left where that funeral took place. They stopped and paused in front of the Independence Police Station, and then they made their way here to Odessa. And it took that long just because of the sheer volume of people who wanted to be part of the procession. So we had the law enforcement from Independence. We had, I know I saw Kansas City. I saw different counties, surrounding counties. As Kevin mentioned, we had law enforcement from out of state as far away as Boston and New York City, Council Bluffs, Iowa, just to name a few that our crews spotted who came and who were a part of that. And so it has taken this long just because there were so many people who wanted to pay their respects today, be part of that solemn procession. And now it's finally drawing to a close here. This is as they are coming to that cemetery in Odessa. A reminder, that's where he grew up, that's where he's from, and so that's where he will be buried. So a chance to have those final goodbyes at this touching ceremony that we're expected to get started likely within minutes now.
A true testament to the strength of that brotherhood and how far it stretched, several states away. There's the bagpipers in the right-hand side of your screen right now, getting ready to play momentarily as they're picking up their drums and their bagpipes and so on and so forth. So we'll hear from them in just a matter of minutes, I'd imagine.
And a reminder, as Scott has shared with us, officers do get to put in writing their wishes for how they want their life to be remembered should they suffer an untimely death. And I know you said, Scott, that for your son Mike, that he wanted to have bagpipes, and so a lot of this is probably something that sadly Officer Allen thought out in advance, what he wanted. But again, much of what we're going to see here in terms of the 21-gun salute, the final call, the bagpipes, all kind of a fitting way to say goodbye to a hero.
Yes, definitely. It's quite an honor.
Kind of off in the distance, you see the horse-drawn carriage with his body on it.
There in the distance, you can see family, friends, officers from Independence and beyond there who also traveled this long way to be part of this graveside service. And as we've zoomed in, you can't really see the scope of that crowd, but earlier,
it is large.
A very, very big turnout, certainly.
Huge in numbers. Law enforcement, loved ones, people who live in Odessa and Independence, those who have come into contact with him, even if only for a short period of time. And it really is a testament to the impact he had and how infectious his personality was on so many people.
As we wait and we continue to watch this, you can see everything has kind of paused. And if you look in the distance, you can see even behind that tent there, it appears that many of the officers are standing at attention, saluting the fallen officer. And perhaps right now they're waiting. Those could be family members.
Family members.
Usually the last to arrive, right, Scott?
Yes.
So this could be the family now arriving. So this should get underway any minute. Do you want me to switch to that side?
Apostle Paul was going to the end of his ministry. He persevered. He fought the fight for the race. This message was shared in the Gospels and most over. He was soon to be martyred. 2 Timothy 4:28 says, Paul says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Finally, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which is the Lord Almighty has prepared for me.
You're watching live right now the Graveside service for fallen Officer Cody Allen from the Independence Police Department. We are trying to keep our camera crew back at a respectful distance for the family and for the department, which is why unfortunately we can't bring you a closer look or give you a better idea of what is being said right now. But a huge turnout for that funeral today, an unbelievable procession from Independence to Odessa, where this ceremony here is taking place. A big turnout too in that small cemetery there. If you are just joining us, it has been an emotional day, a somber day, but also a chance to honor the man that Officer Cody Allen was, a father, a brother, a son, hearing from his parents who said that he knew from a young age that he wanted to be a police officer, hearing from friends who said that he was fearless as a kid and he was brave, and those same qualities carried with him to his final day when he responded heroically when his life was tragically taken. Hearing from countless officers and family friends who said that in addition to being passionate about his job, he was passionate about his family, that he loved his wife, he loved his children. We're going to go ahead and listen in and see if we can hear just a little sampling of this touching tribute that's happening right now. You've been listening in live to the Graveside service for Officer Cody Allen. You just heard the playing of taps there, a song that was used to signal lights out for soldiers dating back to the Civil War. And now it is kind of a way to say a final goodbye, something that we have heard far too often here in the Metro, as this is one of several officers we have lost in the line of duty recently. Prior to that, we heard the 21-gun salute, commonly recognized as the highest honor rendered at these services. It's a custom stemming from naval tradition, when a warship would signify its lack of hostile intent by firing its cannons out to sea until all ammunition was spent. So some of the history behind the ceremony you're seeing here again, now we know this as ways to say goodbye to local heroes, a way to honor their service and the legacy they leave behind. Our thoughts are with so many in the Metro who are grieving today, the family, fellow law enforcement officers, and the community. We're going to take a brief break. We will continue to bring you voices from that funeral today, from community members who came out to pay their respects, and we will continue to honor Officer Cody Allen here at 4, 5, and 6. We'll be right back.